What's up everybody, hope you're doing well. I'm back with another video and I am very excited to make this one. Now I did run a poll on Twitter and on my YouTube community page to see which video you guys would want to see next, and so here we are. By request from you guys, today I give you a review of 20 of my favorite jailbreak tweaks for iOS 13.5 that work on iPhone, iPad, or iPod Touch. Now these tweaks primarily deal with the look and feel and functionality of your device and really give you some great control over aspects of iOS that Apple doesn't allow you to usually modify in stock iOS. So, without further ado, let's roll the intro. So first off, I want to mention the jailbreak itself. As many of you know, the iOS 13.5 jailbreak was released very recently and was much more popular than I was expecting. It uses an app called Unc0ver that was developed by a great team over at uncover.dev. Now, if you want to jailbreak your iPhone, iPad, or iPod Touch to download and install any of these tweaks that I'll be covering in the video, I will have my two guides to jailbreak linked down there in the description of the video. Click one of those links in the description if you would like to jailbreak, as you are going to need to have Cydia installed on your jailbroken device to download everything in this video. Now the guides will work on any iOS firmware from iOS 11 to iOS 13.5 on any iPhone, iPad, or iPod Touch, and I walk you through all the steps that you need to follow to jailbreak in those videos. Now as a quick update before we start getting into some tweaks here, I've started compiling some good deals and rewards for you guys as a thank you for supporting my channel, so thank you guys. I wanted to share the tech that I'm currently using with you as well, so the links to all of those items will be down there in the description of the video. Check them out and give them a click if you're interested. And of course, I very much appreciate it when you guys give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and follow me on Twitter and social media. So links are in the description for those as well, and we can all be friends. Thank you guys again for the support. So let's jump into some tweaks. As you can see here, I have my jailbroken iPhone, and these tweaks are some of my favorite tweaks right now on my jailbroken devices, and some of them I've used in previous years with previous jailbreaks. Others I've used with the new Unc0ver jailbreak for iOS 13.5. That said, I really enjoy all of these tweaks. Leave me a comment below with your favorite jailbreak tweaks as well. I'm interested to hear the feedback. Now, many of the tweaks I'm showing cover the theming and customization that jailbreaking allows that Apple simply doesn't allow in stock iOS or iPadOS. These tweaks not only change the way that iOS looks and feels, but they also change the way that you simply interact with the OS. They also tend to install new settings in the Settings app to control exactly how they work. Starting off, we have SnowBoard. Now, for anybody who used a jailbreak back in the day, this is essentially the same app as Winterboard or Anemone, and it allows full theming of your device. Now, as you guys can see, I have the old iOS 6 theme installed on my device, as I really used to enjoy the skeuomorphism compared to the flat design of iOS 13 that we have now. But this app allows you to download any of the thousands of themes found in Cydia, and you can change nearly every aspect of the device. As you can see, you can select a theme here, which I have classic iOS enabled, or you can go into icon options and actually change all of those options here as well. Now, there are so many themes to choose from in Cydia that this tweak is always my first recommendation, as Apple simply doesn't allow theming in stock iOS. Again, my theme is called Classic iOS, and I do recommend taking a peek at all of the themes in Cydia, as SnowBoard offers some amazing capabilities. Now, as you may have noticed, I have a tweak installed with the motion of my pages on iOS. This is done through a tweak called Cylinder. Cylinder's primary purpose is to allow you to change the page animations when it comes to iOS. Typically, when we move from side to side, we see a simple sliding motion, so with Cylinder, we can change this to any number of animations, and it really changes the way the device feels. As you can see, I have the suck effect enabled here, but if I go ahead and go to the shrink effect here, it is a totally different effect there. It just shrinks the icons. They've got tons of animations that you can use. As you can see, they all change the way that your device actually operates. This alone makes me feel like I'm not even using iOS on my phone. It feels like a different operating system, as Apple hasn't allowed customizations on these animations ever at all since iOS debuted back in 2007 with the original iPhone. I highly recommend this tweak, and I honestly don't think this is something Apple will ever allow in stock iOS. Next up, we have Launchtron. This is another essential tweak that really changes the way that you interact with iOS. Launchtron is a tweak that allows you to launch apps super quickly from the side of your device. Now, this is a tweak that you really don't realize is useful until you start using it, and when you start using it, you realize that you really can't live without it. It only works within applications, as you can see here, but it makes it super fast to actually close out of apps and switch between apps right on your device. This is similar to many of the launchers that I've seen on Android, and it would be great to see Apple implement something like this into iOS. It sort of reminds me of like a more advanced version of the iPad dock, more like a quick launch macOS dock that was ported over to iOS. So really, really cool there. Now you may have noticed I still have the swipe gestures even though I am using an older iPhone here. If you are on an iPhone SE or an iPhone that still has a home button, I think you will enjoy this next tweak. It's really, really neat. This tweak is called LittleX, and it allows you to have iPhone 11 or iPhone 10 swipe gestures on older iPhones that still have home buttons or do not have the swipe gestures built in. Now it works everywhere in the device. As you can see, it works swiping up apps, it works in the multitask launcher, it works on the lock screen, simply everywhere in the device. You can even switch between apps just like this, just like on the newer iPhones. Now you can also add the iPad style dock at the bottom and drag in as many application icons as you want right there into the dock, which is pretty neat, and it might be handy if you have a ton of icons that you want in one place, but the dock does get a little smaller each time you do that. But this tweak is definitely worth checking out. Speaking of iPad features, this next tweak, called iPadify, allows you to use picture-in-picture mode, which is usually only allowed on iPads on any iPhone, iPad, or iPod Touch. So to make this tweak work, after installing, simply load up a video in Safari, enter full screen, and then you'll see the picture-in-picture button there. Just go ahead and click it, and now you can go ahead and swipe home and be able to use the picture-in-picture mode anywhere on your device. Really, really cool here, just like on the iPad, really useful, and I hope Apple brings this to stock iOS on the iPhone. Groupie is a tweak that changes the grouping of notifications on the lock screen and the notification center, so if you do have a lot of notifications, this tweak lets you use a clean, simple interface to simply click on the application and choose the app on the lock screen, and it lists all of the notifications associated with that app, which is super handy. Sometimes I feel like the iOS notification center gets really cluttered, and this definitely solves the issue. It would be great to see Apple implement something like this directly into iOS, maybe even within iOS 14. Now, as you guys may have noticed, when I have the screen off, I'm still able to see the time, and it does show me that the device is charging. This is done with a tweak called Tritium. It's a tweak that allows you to have an always-on display when your iPhone is locked, a feature that many OLED Android phones have. After installing, if you lock your device and the screen is off, you can see that the time is still displayed on the screen without the device being unlocked at all, and the screen fully works. Really cool functionality there. This works best on OLED screens like the iPhone 10, but I don't recommend using this if you're going to let your phone sit out for a while, as you might experience screen burn-in. But the functionality is cool, and it shows Apple has the capability of actually doing this, but they just don't provide it right now. Now, as you may have noticed, the icons on my screen are a little smaller than usual, and it seems more like this is almost like an iPad layout on an iPhone. This is done using HomePlus. HomePlus, if you swipe from the upper left, allows you to modify your home screen look, including everything from the icon sizes to how far away the icons are from each other to how far away the icons are from the edge of the screen. You can even modify how many rows of icons there are. Now, I've noticed this interface can be a little buggy at times when you're actually editing the icons and the look and feel of your device, as you do have to swipe down from the upper left to get into the application. But once you have your ideal configuration set up, you pretty much just set it and forget it and use your device as usual. I have my icons small as it feels more like a really mini iPad, so I especially like this tweak. Now, Autorotate allows you to auto-rotate your home screen on smaller iPhones or devices that do not support the home screen rotation that iPads and Plus iPhones allow with stock OS. It allows you to customize how the apps appear in landscape mode, and I've been wanting this for a long time on my iPhone, so this is one of my favorites, and it's a simple customization that just gives you more flexibility when launching apps on your device. Now, as you may notice, there are no labels on my home screen. This is done with Shy Labels. Shy Labels allows you to automatically hide the labels on your device when you are idle for a bit of time. So as you can see, if I just go ahead and let my device remain idle for a few seconds, the labels actually just disappear right underneath the icons. It gives you a cleaner look and is very handy, pretty cool. Another simple tweak is called ColoredScrollingIndicator. Now, this allows you to change the color of the scroll bar on the sides of many apps. As you can see, I've changed mine to blue there. Very, very simple tweak, but it's another example of something that can allow you to see where you are on a page more prominently that Apple may give us the ability to customize in the future. Now, if I go into Control Center here, we usually do not have these power settings within the Control Center. PowerModules allows you to do this. It allows you to supercharge your Control Center with power options. After installing the tweak, you can actually add this module to your Control Center, and it allows you to respring, reboot, shut down, and more actions right from the Control Center, which is super handy. Again, this is something that I don't think Apple will ever allow in stock iOS, but it just feels really handy and right having in the iOS. iOS. Especially with a jailbreak, respringing comes extremely in handy, and it amazes me that we just simply don't have this in stock iOS right now. It seems like something so simple that Apple could implement. Relocate allows you to spoof your location on your GPS right on your device. This could be used for a variety of reasons, and this gives you a simple way to do this right on your device. Nothing revolutionary, but I think it's just a cool concept. Maybe you could trick your friends on the Snapchat map using this tweak. Now, Safari Electro 2 allows you to use iPad-style tabbed browsing on your iPhone or your iPod Touch. Now, this interface is just much quicker than stock iOS on an iPhone, and I hope Apple makes this change in the future. Something simple here that doesn't really require much effort. There is a tweak called Wi-Fi Passwords. As you can see, it's installed right there, and this allows you to see all of the Wi-Fi passwords of all of the networks that you've ever connected to on your device. I'm not going to open mine for obvious reasons, but if you are prone to forgetting passwords, this is the tweak for you. Sylph is the tweak that allows you to customize your lock screen. You can change the look and feel of the music player, as you can see here, notifications, and more. Because I'm using Groupie from earlier in the video, I can't show you all the ins and outs of this tweak as I prefer Groupie more, but it does fairly well and gives you full control of the lock screen. Now, CallBar solves a major issue with iOS regarding incoming calls. By using CallBar, you can set banner-style incoming call notifications rather than the standard notification when a call comes in, allowing you to do things on your iPhone while the calls come in to your device, similar to using a Mac with handoff when a call comes in for FaceTime. You can also decline calls rather than having a slider appear, forcing you to wait for the call to go through, and the Scorpion tweak also allows you to do this if you are on a new device. Super efficient, and this might be one of the major reasons people jailbreak. Now, I don't actually have this one installed right now, but Velox Reloaded is a tweak that allows you to install widgets on your home screen. Now, I personally haven't been able to get this to work on my iPhone here, maybe because it's an older device, but this seems to be the way of the future. I will put some screenshots up for you guys to see what this looks like, and it really is Android-like. I honestly think Apple may implement this in the future, like in iOS 14, and this seems like Apple could easily do it in a great way like they did with the iPad widgets in iPadOS. Super cool tweak. Prysm is a tweak that lets you totally redesign the control center. Now, I can't use this tweak as the control center is being moved to the top of the device due to the LittleX tweak, but it really is a cool tweak. It's almost as if Apple should have implemented control center and customization in this way initially. I'm really hoping this is another tweak that they adopt in future versions of iOS like they have so many times in the past, and I guess we will only have a few weeks to see this with iOS 14 and see what they release coming at WWDC 2020 in a few weeks. So those are 20 of my favorite jailbreak tweaks for iOS 13.5 using Unc0ver, but I'd love to hear what tweaks you really like, so drop me a comment in the comments section with your favorite tweaks and leave me any questions you may have there as well. Now, if you are looking to jailbreak to install any of these tweaks, my jailbreak guides will be linked in the description below the video as well for your jailbreaking pleasure. As a thank you for watching, guys, if you've made it this far, I've linked some good deals and rewards for you guys, as well as the tech that I'm currently using down in the description if you would like to grab some great tech products at a discount. So give those a click. And if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel with bell notifications on to be notified when I upload. Really appreciate it, guys. New videos every Tuesday, so check back then each week, and follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, my website, and my social media in the description to hear my innermost thoughts. Thanks again, and as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.